Kick it off. Monkeys, how's it going? How's the weather in Siberia? I'm gonna pass it over to Tom Skilling.
Hey, remember that one news broadcast where Robbie Baseball was talking in the news and then he got a car crash in the back of the studio and then he was like, "Whoa!"
Whoa! And that brings us to our next topic, which is
Just
oh come on, man.
Teams that suck.
Teams that suck.
teams that suck. AKA, this whole video is gonna be about the Clippers
And
Yes.
we already talked about it.
And the
and
Wizards.
the Wizards and the Warriors and the Bulls.
Raptors, Pistons, Wizards, Wolves, especially. Those are the ones I written down at least.
Free Derrick Rose.
I think the Pistons are they're planning to rebuild, so I think they're just gonna trade him at the deadline for first round picks.
I really hope Derrick Rose gets out of there. He had 17 the other night.
I would like to say I tweeted free D Rose and I got 13 likes on my tweet.
noticed
I am
that.
now famous.
I noticed that.
Please only refer to me by Mr. Doctor Professor.
His Twitter handle is Doofenshmirtz Evil Inc. Right? That's what it is. Yeah. So if you want to follow him, he's on there. He posts some hot takes.
All right, so teams. The Raptors have been looking pretty disappointing so far. Yeah, Pascal Siakam has been pretty much staying to how he played in the bubble. Hasn't looked at all that great.
At least he's consistent, right?
I guess you can say that. But if he doesn't change anything soon, they're really gonna make it look like the Raptors regret him signing that max contract, because they signed him that after the finals where he was averaging 20 points, because he was really good as the second option to Kawhi, but it looks like he can't. He's kind of proving to himself that he can't get it done as a first guy.
Yes. I agree with you, Pascal. I really expected more out of him, especially after seeing them in the finals. But I guess Kawhi did just have that much of a impact on their team as a whole.
I mean, he hot shooting it overall. Fred VanVleet was shooting 50% in the finals.
Yep.
From three.
It's sad. I expected more out of the Raptors. I really did.
I actually have a question. Should the Raptors start rebuilding? Because Kyle Lowry's on his last year of his contract. They could trade him for a couple first round picks if they don't want to. And teams could use him. And Siakam is he's already 27, so he's not gonna get that much better. He's in his prime right now. And they just re-signed VanVleet. They could give Anunoby more of a role, just other stuff.
I've been liking Anunoby. I'll give him that. He looks like an upside for them. He's pretty young, right?
I think he's 24 or something.
24.
But a lot of people have him. A lot of people had him as in the most improved player conversation.
I like him, but I mean, in terms of rebuilding, if they did get rid of Lowry,
Because their ceiling isn't going to be that much higher than last season as the second seed, losing to the Celtics.
I think the Knicks should get rid of R.J. Barrett, trade him to the Raptors.
Why?
Canadian blood.
So send Andrew Wiggins there too. I'm okay with that.
I don't even want to start about Andrew Wiggins, man. He had a decent game the other
He
day.
had one good game against the Pistons.
Yeah.
Where he actually kind of won it for them.
But it's the Pistons.
Yeah. Speaking of that, they're next on my list. The Pistons are probably going to be the worst team, but Jeremy Grant has actually been living up to the expectation because he signed with them just because he wanted more shots on the offensive end, and he's actually 24 points on pretty good efficiency. So good for him for actually living up to that, because I wasn't expecting him to actually do that.
I get what Grant was doing. It seems like it's working for him, but I do wish he would have stayed on the Nuggets. I feel like he was a key piece to their offense, and right now, I mean, it is only 5 games in, granted, but they're kind of off to a slow start.
Always has a slow start. But
He's averaging a triple-double.
Yeah, but I mean, Nuggets had this problem last season too, where I think this season Jamal Murray's the one with the slow start, and this season is Jokic. Last season is Jokic, because the first month he averaged 12 points or something, but the rest of the season he averaged 20 something.
Yeah.
But I kind of do it just because I wanted to see Jeremy Grant on a contending team.
Yeah.
Just because he's good enough to raise that team ceiling. But on the Pistons, he's literally just there to collect paychecks. But I think the Pistons are going to trade him for first round picks as well, in terms of their plan to rebuild.
They definitely have to rebuild.
Yeah.
They definitely have to rebuild. Killian Hayes, I think he needs to go to the G League.
I don't think he needs to go to the G League, but he was an overseas prospect, so he hasn't gotten much like playing time. Like actually, I think he had the shortest offseason actually.
Christian Wood was undrafted.
Yeah, Christian Wood is undrafted.
Oh wow, good for him.
Mhm.
And I mean, biggest thing for the Pistons right now, they got to get rid of D Rose. I mean, not they don't got to get rid of him. I wish they got rid of him because D Rose deserves better.
I think they are just because they know that's the best plan going forward. Because Derrick Rose is literally just there to collect paychecks.
Yeah, Derrick Rose. He had 17 the other night in a dub, so that it looked good. He looked like himself. He had 11 in the fourth quarter of a losing game the other night, though.
That was against the Warriors.
That was Warriors.
Yeah, where Derrick Rose like try to keep him alive, which is good.
It's good. He still has those flashes and spurts, but I don't think his body can handle as much.
Well,
Which he's playing smart.
Well, yeah, but like even like he's still good enough to be like a good like a rotation player on the playoff team, which is what we want because we don't want him on the Pistons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't worry. So Hype said we're gonna have a whole session about D Rose like podcast type.
Yeah, we're gonna have you know how like you have mass communals, we're just gonna have a mass crying session, or we're just gonna have at the neighborhood, or we're just gonna like cry about Derrick Rose.
What if we interviewed like Jehovah Witnesses about Derrick Rose?
All right. Another team that we expected to be good, but it hasn't been, is the Nuggets. They only have one win. Yeah, I think luckily Michael Porter Jr. has been looking like a bright spot. Like, I think he's starting now, so him and Jokic have been a really good combination because he's giving Jokic easy assists pretty much, where he's averaging a triple double, and the team's just they look like they're just not shooting very well, and a lot of people expected Jamal Murray to like start taking a leap.
Yeah.
Looks like he hasn't done it yet, but I personally didn't think his bubble performance was like sustainable anyway.
Yeah. I love Murray. I really hope. I mean, he had 30 the other night. I hope this is the start of him starting to warm up again, because I just think he's so exciting to watch, and I feel like his ceiling is also really high. MPJ has always been. Everybody says he has a high ceiling, so I'm expecting him to only get better, and he's young.
I mean, people call him like light skinned Kevin Durant.
Right. I mean, I think I heard Doris Burke saying that.
Yeah.
She said he had like a similar shot release too.
Yeah, because he's like a 6'10" guy who can like shoot like Kevin Durant.
Right. He's good. What do you think about Nuggets?
Chicken McNuggets are very good. They're hopefully we see another showdown between Clippers and Nuggets again in the playoffs,
They got a on Christmas.
and then they're gonna destroy them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That'd be really fun to see. Clippers are a walking meme, as unfortunate as that is.
It's like with the Kawhi face mask and everything. Christian Wood has 17 points right now, like during the game we're watching right now.
Is that another podcast, or are we doing that? We can bring up Christian Wood.
I was gonna do that later.
You're doing it later.
Talk
Okay.
about MVP and most improved player.
Okay.
Early projections.
I mean, might as well. Are we gonna? Do we talk about the Rockets?
No.
We can talk about them next
You want to talk about Rockets next video?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Cool. All right. Due to the algorithm, we're gonna cut the video off here and do another video so we can get more views. And then hopefully the algorithm works in our favor, and then we can quit our day jobs. Okay. Cool. See ya.